Hello there coaches, my name is Toby from the Gymnastics Academy, and today I've partnered up with Gym Club Solutions to bring you guys an aerial tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys two different methods that you can use to teach your gymnast how to do a trick at aerial. Follow along and you should have some good results by the end. First method I'm going to be using is the butterfly kick method. So if you cannot butterfly kick, then please refer to our other video before where I taught you how to do it. Butterfly kick and trick at aerial are actually very similar. It's pretty much the same skill, except butterfly kick is horizontal, whereas aerial is vertical. So with this in mind, we're just going to try and turn our butterfly kick from more horizontal to more vertical. So instead of thinking about doing your butterfly kick with a scoop and lifting up tall, instead I want you just to imagine cutting all the way across and keeping your butterfly kick dead flat. So here, all the way across and swap. Nice and flat, nice and low. Nothing too crazy. So there. Once you've understood how to do that, rather than look at the wall, you need to start looking at the floor. So if we get ourselves a friend, for now, my friend is going to be the band. Place the band behind your feet, or your gymnast feet. Think about doing the entire B kick again, but finish with your eyes staring at the black band. Here, across, and swap. Flat, across, and swap. And as you can see, already your butterfly kick has gone from being upright and horizontal to being flat and looking a little bit more like a trick at aerial. To start to get your trick at aerial more inverted, rather than starting fully flat here, start up a little bit taller and imagine making a diagonal line all the way from your hand to your foot and taking off with your head low, leg up tall. From that position, all you have to think about doing is swapping the legs. If your leg doesn't get all the way up tall, your leg has all of this aerial to do. Whereas if your leg is already up in the air, here, all it has to do is kick from here, down, to the floor, whilst you keep your head lower. So, rather than cutting across flat, let's go a little bit taller, look at our mate, and kick the lights. And from then, you should have a trick at aerial. Common mistakes that people tend to make when they do this one is, rather than start side on, cut across around the side, they go from here, lift up tall, and try and go straight into a gymnast aerial. Now, that is okay if you can do a gymnast aerial, but if you can't currently do any level of aerial, that is going to be very, very hard and take much longer to learn. So instead of going for that way, imagine cutting all the way across, just like we did for your butterfly, but just from a little bit taller. Cutting all the way across here, folding down to the knee, rather than turning and throwing forward. A couple of preps that can help your gymnast do that is just practicing that same movement. Up tall, all the way down, kick up to the sky. Reach up tall, cut across, kick up to the sky. Once they get really solid at that, you can then think about doing that same thing with a little bit of a pause in it. So, body down, leg up tall, pause, 1, 2, 3, jump and switch, keeping your head down low. So essentially, we're doing the full aerial, we're just breaking it down into two sections. Boom, cut across, kick that leg up tall, 1, 2, 3, jump and switch, and stand up tall. As you get more comfortable with this, increase the speed as you go along until you get a nice, rapid, and fast aerial. So, slower, here, switch, then we're going a little bit faster, kicking super strong, and go. If you find with that your gymnasts are still struggling to get themselves inverted, you want to teach them how to do an elbow palm kick on the block. So, boom. A palm kick is just a one-handed cartwheel using your non-cartwheeling hand. So, I cartwheel on my right side, therefore my palm kick, we're using my left hand. Cut all the way across, reach all the way behind you, kick and swap. Fairly self-explanatory. If you're learning aerials, you should be able to do that by this point. And all you have to do is get yourself a stack of mats, roughly 20 to 30 centimeters high, lock yourself up all the way here, across, elbow down, and palm kick. You can do this as a side station while you're teaching the gymnasts And that should be a nice one that they can do in between. That's going to encourage them to get more vertical and less horizontal. Here, and go. As they get better and better, you can tell them to jump a little bit earlier. So rather than taking off with their elbow already on the floor, they jump and then their elbow will land. As they get more comfortable with that, tell them to try again on the floor, and you should find that their aerial is a little bit more inverted. So once your gymnasts are starting to understand their aerial a little bit more, you might find that some of them are doing it pretty well, but haven't got a lot of speed. If they haven't got a lot of speed, you can introduce a skill called a blaster scoot, which is very, very similar to the prep we've just practiced. So rather than going all the way down here and stopping, instead, you're going to let them reach all the way behind themselves, kick their leg up tall and stamp it back down to the floor, almost like they're doing an aerial without the jump. So hand behind you, leg round, and turn. And as you can see, that skill has the exact same start as what your trick aerial will have. Here, bang, that's your aerial. Here, bang, that's blaster scoot. So now we're going to combine the two. Blaster scoot, step out, full aerial. Bang. Blaster scoot, step, aerial. If, when you say aerial, your gymnasts are putting their hands down quite a lot, instead of saying aerial, say blaster scoot to swap your legs, and that should get them thinking about it in a little bit of a different way, and hopefully stops them from putting their hands down. So I'll show you one more demonstration. Blaster scoot, hand down, bosh, stand up tall, aerial, slash blaster scoot, swap the legs. So those have been some preps and progressions that you guys can use to teach your gymnasts how to do a trick aerial. We hope you guys have found this video useful. If you have, please feel free to leave a like on this video and give us a little comment down below.